Don't be a teacher unless you watch this video. If you're looking to go into the teaching industry, watch this whole video through before you think about being a teacher. Hi everyone, it's Miss B the Kindy, or better known as Jordan. I've been a teacher for 8 years now. I've taught kindergarten, first and second grade, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 key topics to know before you get into the teaching industry. I wish back in the day, I would have known these 3 key topics before becoming a teacher, so I'm here to help those going into the industry or wanting to make a career move and learning about being a teacher. Let's not waste time, let's get started. Let's talk about key topic number 1 of becoming a teacher, and that is teacher pay. This is a hot topic and it's something that hasn't changed over many, many years, and guess what? It's not going to change. Teacher pay is something that you hear about all the time, so I'm here to break it down for you based on 2 places that I've lived and why it really matters you do your research beforehand. Let's call this state A and then I'll go into state B. State A, I lived in for 4 years. I made a very, very low income. Now, I did not know what I was getting into because I was excited to be a teacher, and personally, I did not look at pay because I knew that teachers got paid very low, and that's okay. That's what I went in with the mindset of becoming a teacher. I didn't look at the pay, but I made a very low income in this state. I was able to afford a cost of living, so it really does matter when you do your research of where you want to live. The state you live in matters, and the district you teach in matters. So before you set out on your teaching journey, you really need to know where you're going to live to become a teacher. Also in state A, I have my master's degree and I did not get compensation for that at all. So I got my base salary and it moves with tiers as your years of experience grows and grows and grows. My salary did not change even though I did have this qualification. Now let's move to state B. I've been teaching in state B for 4 years and I make almost double my salary. Now in state B, I have a lower cost of living. I also get compensation for having my master's degree. Before I moved from state A to state B, I did my research. That's something I learned over time. When you become a teacher, it really does matter what state you teach in, what district you're going to work for. You really need to get on those websites and learn more about the area that you're going to live in so you can live in a lower cost of living state. If you want to be a teacher, you really do have to have the mindset that money isn't everything. And that's just really how it is. Topic number 2 is hours. I work from 7:50 to 3:50. That's an 8-hour workday. That's 40 hours a week, but that's not really how it is. To be a great teacher, I spend a lot of extra time outside of the classroom working on things. At the beginning of the year, I'm really working 50 to 60 hour work weeks. And that's just personally what I like to do. There's always going to be something to do with teaching. Your to-do list is never going to end. And that's just facts. There's always something to do. There's always someone to communicate with. There's always something that you're going to need to get done. There's always going to be something that's going to change. So you do have to have an adaptive mindset going into teaching to help you with this as you go throughout your work week. Now, I do not get compensated for all those extra hours. That is time out of my day I'm taking to plan, create, prepare, all of the above. And I've created a routine that helps keep me in line. So when I do spend extra time, I'm giving myself time outside of school. For example, what works best for me, depending on your hours of your school day, I wake up extremely early in the morning and I go work out. This helps me. This is my time to focus on myself. I have nothing distracting me. Working out really just helps me. This routine really helps out throughout the week when I have those long weeks or I might have shorter weeks, but that extra time is just dedicated to teacher time, and this is my personal time with myself and my family. I also prepare meals in advance. I take account of what I need to do by making a to-do list every single week so I don't feel overwhelmed and I know what's on my plate for the whole entire week. I recommend getting a planner or an agenda and jotting everything down and keeping track with all your deadlines. This will only hold you accountable. Some teachers might not work after their contract hours and they have made that part of their routine. So it really just depends on yourself. You will spend extra time outside of the classroom. It's just how it is. Key topic number 3 is the most important one, and that's to be mission driven. I always knew I wanted to be a teacher. teacher. Ever since I was in kindergarten, I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher. I was obsessed with becoming a teacher. My dad changed my playroom downstairs and made it into a classroom. Santa Claus bought me an overhead projector. I had a whole whiteboard that took up a whole wall, and my sister pretended to be 18 different students every time we would play after school. Now that is a love for something that you want to do. I continue to live out my dream each day, and teaching just really came naturally to me. And that's what it really has to do for you. We live in a world where a lot of people say, don't be a teacher. But I do not believe that at all. If it is something you want to do, go for it, because you do have my full support and you will love every single part of teaching. The ups, the downs, the good days, the bad days. There's something good in every day because you are constantly changing children's lives. It is a job of going through different seasons. And since I became a kindergarten teacher, I was really focused on becoming that grade level. So when you want to become a teacher, start thinking of what age you want to teach in. Have experiences with younger and older children. What really drives you and what age do you really want to work with? I was a babysitter when I was younger, so that really helped me see what ages I wanted to work with. There's nothing better than being in a kindergarten classroom because you see the development in children for a whole year, and it is amazing. Now, I will say it is mission driven. It's not a career where you're climbing the ladder in finance, in the medical field, in all these other industries, but that's okay. You have to know your purpose going into it, and you will be fulfilled your entire life if you choose this career. Now, let's be a problem solver. I talked about key topic number 1, which was pay. Pay is drastically different in where you live. Living in a lower cost of living area is ultimately going to help you. In state A, where I lived, I was in a city. I was making $35,000 a year. I'm being blunt. I doubled my salary by moving to state B. This changed my life. Where I was making my money before and where I was living is completely different of where I'm working and living now. When you are becoming a teacher, you really need to know this. Look at the cost of living and do your research on where you want to work, because this will drastically change your life. And let's problem solve key topic number 2. That's your hours you work. That's up to you. You have to be the one to set your routine. You have to be the one who really knows yourself. Are you a morning person or a night owl? That will determine those hours that you're using at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. Your lifestyle determines everything in teaching. It's not just about what you're doing inside the classroom, it's what you're doing outside of the classroom to drive that passion, that teaching, that love, that spark when you are with your students inside the classroom. So you really do need to make a routine and stick with it. Consistency is key. I'm just trying to help you solve these problems. They're not hard at all. Just really look at yourself and what you want to do in life. Take a step back. It doesn't have to be complicated. I feel like sometimes as teachers, we overcomplicate things in this industry. And if I were myself back at 22 years old, going into my first job, I would have said it's going to be okay. Just look at the bigger picture. Listen, as teachers, we are shaping future lives. We are in this for more than ourselves. At the end of the day, I love what I do. Am I tired? Yes. Am I angry sometimes? Yes. Am I happy sometimes? Yes. The emotions always change. Just remember why you're here and why you're doing it in the first place. I have a love for teaching. I really don't want to leave the classroom. Kindergarten has my heart. Like, I could tear up right now just seeing what my students do every day. There's no one else in this world who does a job like this, and it's just so rewarding to have them. Just have the kids in your room all day. I'm sorry, I'm like getting emotional, but they truly bring so much joy to my life. And it's hard to put into words what I do each day because things are changing, they're growing, you're making decisions, and I just love what I do. I hope it shows that I have a passion. I hope if you're going into teaching, you really do consider going for it and don't let anyone stop you. Please share this video with your friends, your family members, anyone you feel like is going into teaching or wanting to get back into it. Let's get this around. Let's get people excited for teaching again because it truly matters, and we need amazing teachers in this world, and you could be one of them to impact students' lives. Thank you so much for watching. If there's any other videos you want to watch, please leave a comment down below. I'm always up for new ideas. That's the teacher brain in me. See you in the next video.